Whatever. I'm totally dressed in 2000s for the rest of my life. I don't even care. You're gonna catch me at like 50 wearing skinny jeans.
Oh
like,
God.
I don't care.
That's fine. I feel the same way.
Catch me at 50 with my side bang and my skinny jeans.
And a braid in my hair.
And a braid in my hair.
Hello and welcome to a new episode of Millennial TeaV. We are your hosts Liz, Candace, and Adrian, and today we will be recapping The Hills Season 1, Episode 3, An Unexpected Call. If you're not already following us on social media, we'd love it if you'd check out our Instagram. You can find us there on Millennial TeaV, and we do a lot of fun things like polls, Fashion Fridays, and that will be the first place you'll hear any new announcements about interviews or special episodes we have coming up. We'd also love it if you check out our YouTube channel, where you can find us at Millennial TeaV Podcast. We have a lot of fun video episodes and, of course, all the interviews we've gotten to do from the cast of Laguna Beach. I'm really excited to get into today's episode, but before we do that, let's talk about this week's pop culture news. All right, so as our resident film geek for pop culture today, I decided to talk about the Oscars. On Sunday, March 2nd, the 97th Oscars ceremony will take place at the Dolby Theater in Hollywood. And this year, Conan O'Brien is hosting, and I'm super excited for that because I love him. And for me and Kyle, we always say that the Oscars are basically like our Super Bowl. It's just like, we're obsessed. So some of my predictions are that Demi Moore is going to win Best Actress for The Substance, which if you guys haven't seen that movie yet, you need to go watch it. Like right now.
It looks so good. It looks so good.
It's amazing. It's so good. Like, we saw it in the theater and I didn't really know anything about it. And it goes so hard. Like, it's like a straight up like horror movie at the end of it. It's so good.
I love Margaret Qualley with everything in my
Yes.
soul. So I'm like, anything she's in, I'm like, yes. So I definitely want to see. I keep seeing clips from it and it looks terrifying. So
It's so good. It's great. I think for Best Actor that Adrian Brody is going to get it for The Brutalist or Sebastian Stan for The Apprentice. I haven't seen either of those movies yet, but those are like who have been winning all the other awards so far. And for Best Supporting Actor, I think it's going to go to Kieran Culkin, but it's also really funny because the actor Jeremy Strong, he's also nominated for the same award. And they played brothers on the show Succession. So for people who watch that show, like, it's kind of hilarious that they're like competing each other in real life sort of thing again. And for animated feature, I think that Flow is going to win. We watched this movie over the weekend with the girls and it was so good. Have you guys heard about it at all?
Mm-mm.
So it's like an hour and a half long. It's obviously it's animated, but it's in like a really cool, like artsy, like kind of like painting looking style. And the whole movie, it has no dialogue. It just follows like these group of animals. So the main character is a black cat and you're following him and like his friends and adventure that he like finds throughout the whole thing. But it was actually like it's not for little kids, really. Like, honestly, the girls were kind of like meh about it. And we were like, this is so good.
Or an adult sort of like animated movie.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm so curious how they like convey stuff without talking.
They don't need to. Yeah. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, it's like the whole thing is like an adventure movie for this cat and like the animals that he meets along the way. But it's just like the expressions, the way that they act with each other. And it's really cool to think that like a movie was made like that where anyone can watch it. Like, you don't have to like speak the same language as the other people who are watching it.
So
and
true.
like everybody can get it. Like, it's just so cool.
I love that concept. I will check it out.
And for Best Picture, it's kind of a toss-up this year. I personally hope that The Substance wins or Wicked, but at this point, I will just be happy with whatever wins as long as it is not Emilia Perez.
Emilia Perez.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, why? You have to educate me.
Okay.
Adrian.
It's so bad. In a nutshell, Zoe Saldana is a lawyer in Mexico, and she is offered a job to help a cartel boss retire and transition from a man to a woman. It's also a musical, though, which is weird. And it's gotten like an insane amount of criticism because it's very offensive to the Mexican culture. And it's also very offensive to the transgender culture as well.
And they randomly decided to cast Selena Gomez.
Yes.
That's the only name I've heard attached to this movie. So I thought she was the lead.
Listen, I commend them for coming up with an original idea. It was executed horribly. And the music is horrible.
It's like a joke. Honestly.
Who sings? Like, does Zoe Saldana?
Zoe
Yes.
Saldana sings, yeah.
Okay, and don't put this in, but have you seen the clip? Like
I was going to talk about that.
Like were you? I didn't know
yeah.
people would think it's offensive or not, but it's literally they're singing about from penis to vagina. That's literally, I'm not exaggerating.
Literally, there is a song where she's like, I'm interested in a sex change, a man or a woman to a man. And like, that's how, but that's not,
we're not exaggerating.
Joking.
That's
like,
how
the song goes. And that's how it sounds too, that they're singing like this. And it's like, what is happening?
From penis to vagina. Like literally.
I feel like this is the kind of thing you would hire so many consultants for, to be like, are we treating this subject matter like,
I know,
like, giving it the right, like, content.
I read too, so the whole production was made by French people who have no idea how like Mexican people talk or how transgender people act. And it was like, I read a really good example that it's like a super conservative person trying to be like, well, I have a gay friend, so I'm in it, right? Like I'm with it. Like that's like the perfect example, I felt like.
This is what trans people are doing, right? And we're like, no.
Not really. And also like the message that the movie gives is so bad because it's basically like this cartel person murdered all these people and then he transitions to a woman and suddenly is like, oh, I feel so bad for all those people I murdered. How do I make it better? But nobody knows that it's the same person. Oh my God. It's bad. It's bad.
There's so many bad themes and it's bad and it's not good. And I can't believe it won over Wicked at the Golden Globes.
I know. It won over like a legit good musical.
Wait, how did this win if everyone thinks it's such a horrible movie?
I don't know.
The rumors are that it was like purchased to win, like it was bought out. Like it's the only thing that Netflix put in the running. And so everybody's kind of like, yeah, they probably like did a little something to make this happen, which is unfortunate. And I just really hope that the Academy does not go in that direction and they listen to the audience saying like, hey, this isn't good.
So no one says it's good, right? Like no one
Nobody that I've talked to has liked it.
Okay.
But if you want a good hate watch, I suggest watching it because we were just like dying through the whole thing.
I already hate Selena Gomez, so I think this would be a little too much for me.
Why do you hate Selena Gomez?
Oh, it's been like a 10-year plus affair, so I was team Demi. Demi could do no wrong, and Selena was on the other side.
Oh, you're talking like, okay. Because Selena ditched Demi for Taylor.
Sure.
Well, because I was thinking originally it was Miley and her friend and Demi and Selena.
Yes, so like Selena basically was like, bye Demi, you suck. And then she's now best friends with Taylor Swift doing all that. But I think I'm also so bitter from being a Demi fan that like she's a much better actress. She's a much better singer. Yet
agreed.
Selena is so much more popular to me, in my opinion, because she's quote unquote pretty.
Demi is gorgeous.
Oh, I fully agree. But like people generally think Selena Gomez is stunning, whereas Demi Lovato is just like cute, you know?
It's not that. It's that she's just more likable for the masses.
But why? She sucks at acting, you guys. Her singing sucks.
No, okay, Wizards of Waverly Place was dope. Her singing is subpar, okay? But Wizards of Waverly Place, I actually thought she like was laugh out loud funny sometimes. Genuinely.
She was good at that character. I will give her that. But like she has no other range.
Right. It doesn't carry. Absolutely. But I will give her props for that show because I was too old to watch that show and I was watching it and laughing out loud. So I give her props for that show. Her music, if it's edited, it's wonderful. I would never see her live because I'm not going to do that to my eardrums. But, you know, Selena is what Selena is. She's just more likable. I think she's more friendly and open. Demi is kind of insufferable.
Now I fully agree.
And she's always been kind of elitist.
In recent years, I fully agree. But as a kid, I was so team Demi. But that is why I was not team Selena in any way.
Well, luckily, she did not get nominated for Best Supporting Actress, so there's no chance that she's going to win.
Well, people hated her and said that her accent was terrible, which is funny because she's like actually Latina.
Well, they said it was like offensive and stuff, like how she was pronouncing certain words.
Yeah.
It's really interesting if you read about like what the people are criticizing specifically. It's very interesting.
It is. It is.
All right. So yeah, we're still like a month away from the award ceremony actually happening. So you have plenty of time to catch up on the movies that you haven't seen yet before the show. But let us know your predictions or your thoughts, or if you enjoyed Emilia Perez, I apologize that I hated it so much. Let's get on to the episode. In the previously on, Lauren reminds us that she got in deep trouble at her new job, all because of Heidi. Brian had his sights set on Audrina and was about to make his move. She says that she and Heidi were supposed to go to fashion school together, but Heidi dropped out. And now Heidi is realizing that her party job might not be such a party after all.
You know what I thought immediately on the previously on was, how has so much happened already in 2 episodes?
I know, right?
I was like, it moves so fast.
It's crazy.
They talk a lot in each scene.
Yes, it's very fast paced, and I don't know, I'm loving it. It's such a different vibe from Laguna, and I never feel this way when I do a full rewatch. I'm always just like, it's all so good, but I think I forgot how good The Hills is. Like, Laguna is good, but The Hills is iconic. Like,
I felt like today, even doing the, like, typing up the recap, it went by so much faster. I don't know why it felt easier.
Even though they talk more. Isn't that it's interesting?
It's the format of the show, I think. It's just a little bit easier to consume. And I don't know why. I don't know why Laguna Beach feels wordy and extra, and there's so many different places. That's the other thing. There's so many different places. The Hills is like clubbing, Lauren and Heidi's apartment,
work,
school, work. Yeah. Like there's no like, and meanwhile, Laguna Beach, you're like at Lauren's house, and then you're at Brianna's house, and then you're at this random restaurant in Laguna. Like, I think it's just the format is a little bit easier to consume. But I literally was like, how are we already having so much have happened in 2 episodes?
I know.
And even in her voiceover, Lauren sounds annoyed at Heidi.
Yes, she does.
Also, this comes right after we've had a whole season of Tessa and Rocky and their conversations of like, hey, how's it going? Good.
Laguna Beach season 3. You have your time and place, but I don't know.
It's over.
It's over.
It's over.
We're done. Moving on.
We're not going back to the beginning. We're moving forward.
Yes. Okay, so in our opening scene, we are at Lauren and Heidi's apartment, and Lauren is getting ready for work, and Heidi asks if she's really mad at her or not. Lauren says it's just weird because the reason she came to LA was to go to school, and she says, I guess when other opportunities come up, you gotta take them. Heidi says she's really excited for her job, and Lauren questions her on this by asking, what are you excited to do? And Heidi says she'll be running around all the time, meeting celebrities and being in clubs, and she's so excited. Lauren tells her, good, you should be excited. You know you are going to have to work, though. Heidi says she knows, and she says that she has no idea what to wear to her job. And Lauren tells her to always dress nicer than you think you should. And Heidi then is like, this is my first real job.
Listen, words of wisdom from Lauren.
Yes.
Always dress nicer than you think you should. Like, I want to write them all down and like put them in like a lifestyle book just for me. Like, there's so many things she says and I'm like, yep, writing that down. Like, it's so good.
Yeah.
So I'm sure MTV forced them to talk about this because the random, are you mad at me? Like, was so random. But kudos to Lauren for being honest. Because she was like, I mean, it's weird, but like, whatever you want to do. She could have been more honest and told her she was mad.
She's trying to be so supportive.
Yes.
But her tone so isn't.
No.
Oh,
like
no.
Her honesty, like her real feelings are coming out for sure.
No. And I literally have written, Lauren literally can't even try to be happy for her. Like, she can't. Like, it's so hard. And just, you are going to have to work though, right? Like, and I see why people say that Lauren is sort of overly bossy and controlling. And but I mean, I always took it as her just being like motherly and protective of Heidi. But now, like, looking at it with like 33-year-old lenses, I can kind of see, I'm like, God, she kind of is a buzzkill. Like, she kind of is like...
As a best friend. Like,
yes,
that's not her role.
Right. But I also understand, because there were times when I was like the mom of the group too. So like, I kind of understand it. And I would have been horrified if I had moved to LA with somebody and we were supposed to go to school together and be college kids together. And then they're like, just kidding. Nope. Gonna sleep till 1 p.m. and with my boyfriend and drink until 2 a.m. and get this really hot, awesome job. You know, like, I don't know.
I think that Lauren just sees the writing on the wall of like what is going to happen to Heidi. I think she knows how Heidi is going to do with this job. And she's just like, okay, you know?
For sure. And like, you know, your friends, like, you know?
Right.
But people specifically on Reddit a lot, are always talking about how Lauren was kind of a buzzkill of a friend. And there's a lot of like sway of like, Lauren sucks kind of thing. I disagree. I don't think she sucks. I think she has a lot of, again, motherly protective instincts. And yeah, sure, there were times where she could have backed off a little, but I think that overall, like, what happened with Lauren and Heidi is like so common to happen to friendships with girls in terms of like meeting a guy and everything changes.
Especially if you're living together.
Yeah.
Yes, but before that even happens, it's like the dynamic of their personalities that I feel like caused that.
Yes.
Like, it was doomed to begin with. Yeah.
Exactly.
Spencer was the catalyst, but they also did have very different personalities, but I think they still could have been friends.
I think so too.
Without Spencer entering. I mean, maybe not, because Jen was kind of the same way, and we see how that ended.
Maybe not best friends, but like, you know,
close
acquaintances eventually or something like that.
Sure,
but you know what I was going to say? So like, just with the personality, so like Lauren couldn't help herself. I'm sure, Candace, you said like, you're like her, you wouldn't have been able to like hold it in. I would be the same. It's like, even if you don't tell them like you are wrong, that is the bad decision. It comes out in your tone. Like, you just cannot help it.
Well, what I do now, since I like, have grown, I'm like very much like, I support you and I love you, whatever you do. But this is my opinion. And then I give my opinion, and they can do whatever they want with my opinion, but I've said it, and it's out there.
Yeah. And it's off your chest, so you feel good.
But again, I love you. I support you. It's whatever you want to do, because it's your life, not mine. And I think that's a really important distinction.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, again, like, I'm not going to control you. It's you. But I do care about you, and I have to say it. I have to say it.
Poor Heidi has such a bad rash on her neck in this scene. Did you guys notice?
No.
I did not notice that.
Oh, it was like so bad on her neck. Right by her like her neck like t-shirt.
She had like an allergic reaction to something. That's weird.
Nervous to talk to Lauren.
Probably from staying out all night.
Yeah.
I'm like, probably from staying out all night, slut.
So we are in the Teen Vogue office where Lauren is rearranging dresses, hanging them up on a clothing rack, and the phone rings, and it's Blaine asking if she can come to his office. Blaine tells her that there is a dress that needs to get it to New York, and they need her to get it there. She's going to be on a red-eye flight tonight, and Lauren asks, seriously? And he says he has no idea how long she's going to be there for, but it's fashion week, and she needs to go. Lauren gets up with the dress and says, I'll guard it with my life, and runs out of Blaine's office. I thought Lauren looked really cute here in all black, like black capri pants, black tank top, the big chunky necklace. It was cute.
Yeah, but again, with the tank tops at work.
I know. That's what I said.
Yeah,
I agree. For work.
It's inappropriate for work, but she still looked cute.
I did love the chunky beaded necklace, though. Like, listen, I see, since we've been watching this, I'm looking at them going, I need some. They're so cute. Like, they add so much class to a tank top. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's like a pop. Like, adds character to it.
It's gonna come back.
Whatever. I'm totally dressing 2000s for the rest of my life. I don't even care. I really don't. I'm gonna be like that eccentric girl who still dresses like the 80s, you know, like that person. I'm doing that.
She never grew out of
I'm
like,
doing that
in her life.
You're gonna catch me at like 50 wearing skinny jeans. Like, God. I don't care.
That's fine. I think about that a lot too. And I feel the same way.
Catch me at 50 with my side bang and my skinny jeans and my beaded chunky necklaces.
And a braid in my hair.
Hair. And then people are going to be like, I love your style. And I'm going to be like, it's so vintage.
Yeah. Did you guys feel like when you were watching this that you so wished that this were your life?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, how freaking exciting to get sent on a plane to New York.
How exciting.
First day of work or whatever. First week, second week, whatever. But I
Yep.
don't care what you want me to do. I will deliver, like, mail. I will deliver anything. Just send me on a plane.
Imagine being told, just go, get on a plane, run this dress. Like, just go. Like, I would absolutely die. That sounds amazing. First of all, easiest job ever. Let me just sleep on this plane real quick with a dress next to me. And like, that's what I'm getting paid to do is fly. Dude, I freaking love flying. It's uninterrupted time for me.
Okay, but in practice though, you don't get paid for this.
Oh.
Right? Like, you're just getting paid your regular salary or whatever, but it's eating up your time to go do this.
I thought that she would get paid extra for that.
Oh, hell no.
Because I would, that, first of all, amazing. I love flying. It's like the uninterrupted time. I can do whatever I want. Nobody can bother me because it's like, sorry, I'm in the air. And like, I can't talk to you. I can't text you. I can read. I can watch whatever I want. There's snacks. Like, it's great. It's fantastic. So I would be so happy if I was getting paid for it. But I guess you're right. She's an intern. She's probably not getting paid.
And she's having to sit on this plane for 6-7 hours one way and then come right back.
Immediately go back.
Yeah. But it is sexy in theory. Like, it's a job where you fly everywhere.
Yes.
So.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yes, absolutely.
I want it. I'll still do it.
Yeah.
Next, we see Audrina at work, and Brian walks in the front door. He says she's probably like, what the heck is he doing here? And she says it's a surprise, but I'm sure she knows exactly why he's there.
They're filming.
Well, and also to ask her out, you know, like, I don't know. I feel like I would have known.
She also automatically just like tours him around the entire place.
That was so weird
for him, yeah.
I was like, first of all, who's just allowing her to show him this whole place?
There's shoots going on.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So strange. And there's random people that like don't say anything. Like, this was so planned.
So Brian says he saw a huge billboard for Quixote and he was right down the street. So he asks if he's going to get her in trouble and she says no and that she'll show him around. She takes him onto one of the sets and they're filming a shoot for Maxim and he jokes that he came to visit her on the right day. Do you guys remember Maxim magazine?
Course.
Like, okay.
Maxim Hot 100.
Yeah, I had like erased this from my mind and then I was like, oh my gosh, like I don't know why I haven't thought about it in like,
I
so
watched
long.
Maxim Hot 100 every year on VH1. And I was like, okay, that's who I need to strive to be.
Oh my God.
Oh goodness.
Was Maxim, like, did they have naked people on it? Or
I don't think
was
so.
that the distinction between them and Playboy?
And Playboy, yeah. I think it was just sexy, like almost naked, like lingerie.
I know Eric Bana was on the list one year. Do you guys know who that is, Eric Bana?
No.
Mm-mm.
He's an actor that I always get confused with Gerard Butler, but they're not the same person. And I distinctly remember he was on the list the one year because the way the model says his name is like, Eric Bana. And it was like stuck in my head, like that's who Eric Bana was for the rest of my life.
It left a lasting impression on you. Eric Bana.
Eric Bana. Yeah. But if you guys have ever seen The Other Boleyn Girl, he plays King Henry.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Nice.
Eric Bana. Yep.
So Audrina's showing him around and he asks, do the models get mad that the receptionist is hotter?
Nice.
I know.
Nice line, Brian. I see you. I see you. Because I'd be like, you know, so I see you.
I know. She was like, then just didn't say anything else. Yeah.
No, that is a line that actually would have made me like blush.
It was cute.
It's a good one.
But Audrina has such a stank, like, disgust face whenever he, like, says nice things to her.
Audrina has no emotion, that's why. Zero emotion.
Well, but don't you think she's, like, uncomfortable too? Like, you know, we blush, but it's like, if you didn't welcome that attention, you're like, ugh. Like,
yeah.
It comes through.
But even, like, with Justin Bobby, when she's getting emotional, there's, like, nothing on her face except for just, like, tears spilling out of her eyes.
But it is all fake. Maybe. We'll talk about it when we get there.
All right,
yeah.
All right. I'm getting ahead of myself. But I think Brian and Audrina would have made a cute couple.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
Maybe.
I mean, again, we don't get a lot of him or know very much of him.
Yeah, not from what I've seen so far.
But I just think they would look good together. Like, the two of them are attractive people that would look well together.
Totally.
I feel like Brian's too normal looking. Like, if Justin's her type, you know, like he's
Yeah, I know
all
what you
like
mean.
rocker and long hair and all this kind of
Yeah.
stuff, he's too normal. And Audrina and Justin Bobby look good together.
Yeah, but Audrina also dated Ryan Cabrera, so
Right.
I really
Okay, I actually think he's like a really nice person. Again, we'll talk more about it when we get there.
In the future.
I always
yes.
thought he was creeper, but
Oh my god.
So Audrina tells him that this was a good surprise, and he asks if she wants to do something tomorrow night, like go out to dinner. She says she works until 6, so she could do 7:30 or 8, and he says that he usually doesn't get out of bed until 6 anyways, and Audrina's like, you suck, and then he leaves. So I'm just like, what does he do for work? Do we know?
I don't think Jordan or Brian work right now.
They don't work at all? Okay.
Wait, and okay.
Must be nice.
Jordan doesn't live with Heidi and Lauren. He lives with Brian in a separate apartment, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, he's just over there all the time.
He just stays a lot at Heidi's. Okay.
So next we're back at the Hillside Villas, and Heidi is reading a book in the living room. I thought she looked super cute here
So
with
cute.
her wavy hair, jeans, and then like this pink cami top. It was like 2 tones of pink, but it was adorable. I loved it.
But it was so set up. Her just like sitting there
I
reading
know,
a
just
book.
reading a book. Like,
It's like-
come on. Yeah.
They were like, Heidi, look natural. She's like,
Yeah.
let me pull out this book.
So Lauren comes in with the dress, which we can't see because it's in a garment bag. And Heidi jokes that Lauren brought her a present.
She really thought that.
No,
though.
I think she really did.
You
She's
think
like,
she really thought
she's
that?
like, oh,
Oh,
you bought me a
absolutely.
present. I love you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I really do feel like she was excited. And you like see the like her face drop when she realizes it's not for her.
Yeah.
Because it's halfway through her saying, I love you.
But she's still like, this is exciting.
I know. She's like,
That
I
is
love
so funny.
you.
Like that she would expect Lauren to bring dresses home to her from work.
And Lauren's like, no, it's not for you.
So Lauren says, no, I got Lisa Love a present that I have to give her in New York. And Heidi squeals and is like, what? And Lauren tells her that the car is coming for her in an hour. So Lauren gets out her suitcase and she tells Heidi that she doesn't know how long she'll be there. It could be 1 day or up to 5 days. She doesn't know what to wear on the plane, and Heidi recommends that she bring a change of clothes to sleep in, and when she gets to the airport, she can change. Lauren asks what you wear to a fashion show, and Heidi says you wear something by the designer.
Another thing I'm writing down in my style book.
Right? I know. I was like, oh, that's so smart.
What do you wear to a show? You wear the designer. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
But how many of us are like, let me go to my closet and pull out that designer?
I know. My
right.
Marc
None of
Jacobs
us.
shirt.
Yeah.
Heidi tells her not to get too dressed up, though. And we see Lauren heading out of the apartment with her pink suitcase. She had a cute hat on as she was leaving. And then we see her get to the airport and head in with her suitcase with the dress in hand. She's on her way.
When she put the hat on, though, I was like, no. Because if you've got to rush, I'm like, I don't want to mess up my hair in this hat.
Well, and then you have to take it off for security and like, it's like a whole thing.
To keep track of the hat.
I literally am like hoodie, leggings, let's go. Like, that's my flying attire.
Back at the Hillside Villas, Heidi and Audrina are getting into the hot tub. Heidi asks her what's up with Brian, and Audrina says she hopes it goes better than Dave, to which Heidi says was a disaster. Heidi says that any guy not from LA, like from somewhere like North Carolina, always says they're such a good guy, but that's just a front, and that they're really just looking to get laid. Audrina asks Heidi about school, and she tells her that she dropped out because why would she go to school when she already got her dream job? And Audrina says that she dropped out of school too, and Heidi makes a comment that she thought to herself that if Audrina can do it, then I can do it too.
Okay, Heidi, be your own person.
I know. It's like, that's so weird to think that. I don't know. It's a strange comment.
It's validating for her.
It is, yeah.
Next to like Lauren,
That's
who's
true.
like, I gotta go to school.
Audrina has like a job that is good for like what she
A real
wants to
job.
do. And it's a real job.
Like in the industry.
Yeah.
What
And
she wants to be
Heidi's job
doing.
is not real. So it's kind of like, of course Audrina's doing it, but she's like also working full time and paying for her own apartment.
Right.
You know?
Just being a responsible adult.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Heidi has a job as a star in the hills.
Okay, but they did not know that the show was going to take off. They did not know that they were going to be on the show for that long. They did not know anything at this point.
Correct. She was just hopeful. But for the time being, she definitely was like, I'm getting paid, I don't know, $1,000 like an episode. I'm rich.
I know, but you can't pay rent off of that.
I wonder if they gave them some sort of like
incentive
deposit ahead of time, or like, here's a chunk of the money.
That's true.
Up front, you know?
Pay for the apartment, like.
Yeah. So Heidi says that Lauren thinks she should still be in school, but that's what's right for her and not what's right for Heidi. Audrina agrees that she should do something that she wants to do and that she'll benefit from it. And Heidi says she just wants to get sent to some clubs. We hear Audrina say it's so cool that Lauren got sent to New York, and Heidi says that she's going to have the best time. I love that Heidi thinks she's just immediately going to like be like, here, you're going to go to this club and be in charge. Like,
she literally thought that Brent was going to be like, okay, first job, Beyonce party.
Exactly. Yeah.
Also, I feel like she thinks she's going to club, not to work at the club, because like I'm sure working at the club is annoying AF.
It would not be fun. No.
So you're like dealing with drunk people everywhere, and like it's so chaotic that it is not fun. Yeah, it's a fun industry, but it's not fun to babysit drunk people.
Right.
Also at the club, Heidi wanting to work the door and like let in celebrities, whatever. It's like, that's cool, but you also got to deal with everyone trying to like get past you and like, you know, fake their way in.
Yeah, I don't think working in a club would be in any way fun unless I was doing like the VIP tables or like table service. I don't know. Like, I could be a hot girl. I don't know.
Bottle service girl.
Yeah, bottle service girl.
I had a roommate one time and she was really beautiful. And she said that she was a bottle service girl and like their tips were crazy, she said. And she's like, we would get to drink on the job if people wanted to like buy us drinks and stuff like that. I was like, that sounds amazing.
I'm not hot enough, but like, man, I know I'm not, like, I own it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I'm like ugly, but like I'm not bottle service hot.
I feel that too. But honestly, Candace, slap on like a slab of makeup, put us in heels.
I know.
You know, those
we could clean up.
stockings.
We could clean up. Yeah.
Yeah. We could be bottle service girls.
Oh, I know. I'm like, but like people are always like, don't say that about myself. I'm like, no. Like, I'm fine. Like, I think I'm pretty. I just don't think I'm like a hot like commodity where I'm gonna get a bunch of tips. Like, I know my standing in life. You know?
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? I mean, I'm 33. I feel like that time has ended. That would have been like in my
25. Yes. We will be bottle service girls.
All right. Just for Adrian. Catch us at the club as bottle service girls Halloween 2025. I wish Ledoux was still open.
I know.
Oh my gosh, yes. All right, so next we see Lauren on the plane and she's landing in New York. We hear an announcement being made and they say that it's 7 a.m. So they were not joking about that being a red-eye flight. I was just like, she has to be so tired.
Because you can't really sleep on a plane.
No, not well. We see Lauren go into the bathroom at the airport and she opens up her suitcase to change. And at one point she's like going into the stall to change, but her suitcase is like overflowing with clothes.
I had so much anxiety.
I know. I was like laughing at this because I'm like, okay, first of all, I would never do this in the airport.
Never leave my suitcase unattended like that outside
and
of a stall.
open it up like that.
No.
But also that they were filming her in the bathroom. I was like, oh my gosh, what if just like a random person walked in?
Yeah, it was really strange.
And how amazing would it be to meet Lauren in the bathroom at an airport at 7 a.m.
With her suitcase open. Yeah.
Because she was known, but not like, you know, a celebrity at this time.
Next, we see Heidi arriving at the Bolthouse office for her first day of work. She meets Landon, Brent's other assistant, and she heads back to Brent's office.
You mean Brent's real assistant?
Yeah. The one that's getting paid to do an actual job. Yes.
And you can tell Landon is like, this bitch, you know? Like,
yeah. I just thought it was funny. Her lower third literally said Brent's other assistant.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah, Brent's only assistant.
Yeah. He asks if she's ready to work, and she says yes, but that she's so nervous. He tells her they need to get a couple things clear. Right now, she's going to be assisting the entire company. For example, if the events department needs her, she might be picking things up for them and bringing them back. Today he needs her to help out in the mailing department. He then tells her that she's going to work Monday through Friday, and Heidi seems really taken aback to hear this. She says when he hired her, she didn't know if it was full-time, and she thought it was part-time. And he tells her she's going to be at work every day, and the way they work is you sink or swim.
Like, how did she think it wasn't full-time?
I know.
No.
That's why I'm like, do we really think that it wasn't clear to her? Like,
It's MTV for sure.
that's what I thought. Were like, they trying to make her look stupid?
Absolutely. They'll probably like, we set you up with this job that we're just going to film you at. And so she's like, it's not real. Like, I'm just going to film this. And then Brent's like, just kidding. It's full time. She's like, I don't actually want to work.
I laughed because he literally tells her she gets to be Aaron bitch.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's so depressing.
But as an assistant, that is what you do.
What you should expect.
But
yeah.
she thought she was going to be the PR girl.
I
Oh,
know. I know.
I wonder what MTV told her. Like,
I don't know.
I felt bad for her because she looked so dumb.
I really want to know, honest to God, I want to like be like, what did they tell you and what were your expectations? Because it does seem like she's genuinely excited about getting this job.
Exactly. Yeah.
I so wish we could get Heidi on the pod. Like,
I know.
we've got to manifest this, you guys.
I think it's possible.
I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible.
But I so hope that Heidi comes on one day. I hope everyone comes on one day.
Me too.
I
That'd be
mean,
amazing.
I would fucking love to get everyone on the hills. That would be amazing. I don't think it's going to happen, but that would be amazing.
No, don't put that out there. Manifest.
Yeah.
I mean, Lauren's the dream, right? Like, that would be
amazing.
yeah.
amazing. But I wonder what MTV even had to pay her to do that little tiny, like, anniversary thing she did, like, 3 years ago.
No, nothing.
Well, and she went on Steven and Kristen's podcast. I doubt they paid her anything.
Oh, yeah, she did do that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows?
Fingers crossed.
So Brett, the guest list manager, shows Heidi to a desk where she will be helping stuff envelopes for the day with 2 other people. Heidi starts stuffing the envelopes and is looking around, very distraught and confused, and she asks the people sitting next to her if they work there or if they're interns. And the girl next to her says she's an intern and that she's going to school for marketing at FITM. And Heidi says that she just dropped out from there. So what are the odds of that?
And she's like, oh, really? I just dropped out from there. And
I
she's
know.
like, really? You didn't like it? No.
Is it FITM or is it FIDM? Because the girl says FIDM, but do
Yeah.
we say FITM only because Lauren and Heidi call it FITM?
I think you can
That's
call
why
it
I
either.
said it, yeah.
Yeah.
You can, it's,
It's either
Yeah.
one. So we see Lauren arriving at the Mark by Mark Jacobs show in New York. That is a tongue twister.
Don't you love
She
his
looks-
line though? There's like Mark by Mark by Mark by Mark by
Yeah.
Mark by Mark Jacobs by Mark.
I mean, whatever. If you make something and create it, put your name all over it. You know? But she looks so put together for just getting off a plane. Like, I know she, like,
Yeah.
obviously, like, was in the bathroom getting ready and stuff, but, like,
Mhm.
so put. I would still look like shit getting off a plane.
She looked great. I wrote down she's wearing like a flowy blue and red top with a chunky red necklace, capri jeans, black high heels, and then her hair was in a high pony.
Yeah,
So-
it's a great outfit.
Capri jeans though.
I
you
know,
guys.
I know.
I know.
With those
But they looked
shoes,
cute
though,
on her.
with those shoes, though, it looked good.
Yes, the shoes.
I
Yeah.
And you guys, the song that was playing when she
Yes.
was walking,
Mm-hmm.
it's One Girl Revolution
Yes.
by Super Chick. And that was my jam back in the day. It played in the Disney Channel original movie, Cadet Kelly.
Yes.
Oh, that's
And if
right.
you're
That
a millennial,
Mm-hmm.
you freaking love Cadet Kelly. But yeah, I was like, oh my God, this song. I got so excited. But yeah, Super Chick is actually a Christian girl band.
Mm-hmm.
And I grew up religious, as I've talked about before. And I went to Salvation Army summer camp.
Oh my gosh.
And Kelsey went with me. And they would make us listen to nothing but Super Chick and POD because they're also Christian.
POD. Yeah.
So Super Chick was like my shit for a little bit.
I had one of their CDs. Same thing. It was like, I was like, Mom, they're a Christian girl band. Isn't this cool? And she was like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
great.
There's
Yeah.
also a band that they made us listen to called Barlow Girl. And they are also a Christian band. They had like one song and it was like, the lyric was, all the boys in the band want a Valentine from a Barlow girl. Boys think they're the bomb because they remind them of their moms.
Ew. What?
Yeah.
That's gross.
So I know. I'm like, what did they have us listening to?
At least it's not over, like, it's like poppy young teen. Like, it's not overly religious.
It wasn't like singing about like Jesus and all this
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Well,
that's what I
if
think about
anybody-
when I hear religious.
Yeah.
There were religious ones too, but yeah.
Yeah. There was one year that, so when I would go to church summer camp, it was mostly like once we were teenagers. It was actually really cool. We'd go to a college that was like a Christian college, but that's where summer camp was. But we'd get to sleep in the dorm room. So we felt like we're adults. Like it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
But they would put on like these huge, like, not concerts, but concerts, I guess, every night. And then we'd have to sit through a sermon and, you know, but they like tried to make it cool. And there was one night where they had a Christian rapper and he literally was like, you say Jesus, I say Christ, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ. And it was the most cringiest thing ever. And oh my gosh, I think about that guy every now.
Yeah.
Wait, but was everyone into it?
Yes, everyone was shouting it. Yeah, we were all doing it. Yeah.
So they try really hard to make those things cool for teenagers and stuff. And there were songs that were like not overtly, like they were just obviously. There's this song, and Kelsey and I laugh about it to this day because it was so ridiculous. And she was not religious growing up, really. But like we went to this camp together because you got to go to an amusement park every day. What girl doesn't, you know, what kid doesn't want to do that? So, but every morning we'd have this assembly where we'd have to like sing POD and like weird Christian songs. And there was one that we sang all the time. And it was about how they don't serve breakfast in hell.
Oh, I know that song. Oh my gosh.
Oh my
I
God.
know that one. Yeah.
I'm like, if you're a Christian, you probably know this song.
Who sang that song? I have to look it up now.
I'm sorry, is it about like you don't want to go to hell because you don't get to eat breakfast?
Yes. Like they're like, Captain Crunch is waving farewell.
It was by the Newsboys. Yeah. They were huge.
When the big one finds you, may this song remind you that they don't serve breakfast in hell.
You guys.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. When the toast is burned and all the milk is turned.
Yeah. And Captain Crunch is waving farewell. Yeah.
Wow. I have not heard that song.
Kelsey and I laugh singing that. Kelsey and I like laugh all the time over it because it was so ridiculous. But my mom was, of course, just happy that I was going to a Christian camp and I had a friend with me. And yeah. Honestly, if there's any like other girls who grew up or guys who grew up like super Christian and know what we're talking about, tell us about it because I won't feel so alone.
Yeah, same. That's so funny.
But I'm so happy you know what I'm talking about.
I know all those bands, yes. And Reliant K and there was one called Plus One that I really liked, and there was a lot. Audio Adrenaline.
They tried to be like covert about their love of Jesus, but didn't last for long. We can always sniff them out.
For all the non-Christian girlies out there and boys, just know that this is very eye-opening for all of us, okay?
You have a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah. The no breakfast in hell thing, I mean, that is wild, okay?
I know. I mean, if you think about it, it sticks in your head. Breakfast is awesome.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to go to hell. I love breakfast. Right?
I love breakfast. If I can't ever have a pancake again, like I'm out.
Okay.
Well, and they really don't serve it in hell, so. Remember that one, kids.
Okay, back to New York. Lauren is at the fashion show, and Lisa Love is mid-conversation with someone working the show. And Lauren walks up with the dress and kind of like stands there awkwardly until there's a good moment to say hello. And then Lisa Love takes the dress, thanks her, and says that she needs to go back to LA on a flight that night. And Lauren, like, her face was like clearly disappointed, but she puts on a super professional face and just like, okay, to Lisa. And as she leaves, we get a little glimpse of the fashion show edited with Lauren getting back in the car to leave New York.
I felt so bad for her standing there awkwardly waiting for Lisa to notice she was standing there.
Okay, it's so validating though, can I say? Because like looking at that, I'm like, sometimes you like want to enter a conversation when people are talking who are like, I don't know, more senior, whatever, who don't know you. And you're literally just like, I am standing here like a goof. And now I'm going to be like, and this is Lauren Conrad at one point too.
I think I would have cried being told I can't stay at the show. After like getting there.
I'm sure she had all these expectations to get to watch it. And
she
and
like
out.
a huge suitcase too.
Yeah. And she's like all like, hi, I'm here. And Lisa's like, great, thanks.
Bye.
Do you guys think that this is real or did MTV put this on?
I think it's real. I think, well, they put it on, but I think Lauren thought it was real. And I think she thought she was going to be able to like.
I agree with that.
And I think they were like pumping her up about that probably. Yeah, they were like, oh my gosh, are you excited?
Yeah.
Like, you're going to go to a Marc Jacobs show. Like, you know what I mean? Because she was like excited.
Yeah. And do you think that they really used to send people like this to just bring like an outfit?
Yeah, I believe it.
I don't know.
Because I'm like, can't you courier this stuff? But I guess like if you really wanted to get there on time.
Yeah.
I believe it if it was a really expensive dress or something. But not for Teen Vogue.
I wish we could have seen the dress too.
Maybe for like, you know, actual Vogue or like, I don't know. But I just, I'm like, it's Teen Vogue. Like, it's not that serious.
They also don't tell us the designer, which makes me think it's not important.
Or who the dress is for.
Yeah.
Is it Lisa's dress?
Fake.
It's Lisa's dress. She forgot her dress at home. Yeah.
She forgot her dry cleaning.
She's like, thank you for picking this up. Can you actually take it back with you and take it back to the dry cleaners? And on the way, pick up a 10-piece chicken McNugget and bring it back.
So we're back at Bolthouse where Heidi's in the bathroom calling Lauren, and Lauren asks her how her first day was, and Heidi vents to her that it's not what she thought it was going to be. She says it's full-time Monday through Friday from 9 to 6. It's so boring stuffing envelopes, and it's her nightmare job. Lauren tells her she needs to give it more than one day. And Heidi asks about New York, and Lauren tells her she delivered the dress and is heading right back to LA. Heidi can't believe it, and Lauren says flying across the country to them is more like an errand and compares it to running an errand like they were sending her out to pick up photocopies. She also says she has a big school assignment due tomorrow, and Heidi says that they're both having bad days, and Lauren says she doesn't know how she's going to do this and school.
That was a soundbite that they used over and over again. Like, they used it in so many...
Oh, I didn't clock that.
Yeah, they used it in so many commercials and stuff, just that, I don't know how I'm going to do this and school.
I loved seeing Heidi's shoes under the bathroom stall in this scene. I thought that was so funny how they edited that together.
They looked like Goodwill shoes.
What?
They looked like they'd been like worn out. I don't know. I was like, what is happening with her shoes? Maybe it was just the way she was like playing with them.
Yeah.
I hate when people go to the bathroom to talk. I'm like, I'm in here to do business. Get out of here.
Seriously, just like go outside or something.
Yeah.
I do that.
You do?
I'm the girl who's like talking to my mom on the phone in the stall.
And I know we always say that Heidi's young and like her expectations of what she's going to do and stuff is like not realistic. But like when I was an intern at like early 20s, oh my God, I was like, let me get you that lunch. Let me help you with this errand. Let me help you with that. Like any way I could be helpful. Like you felt like you were like doing something. So she's actually not just immature. She's a little delulu.
Totally. So we're still at Bolthouse, and Heidi asks if she can speak to Brent. She heads into his office and tells Brent and Jen, who is the nightlife and events producer, that she didn't know this job was full-time, and she thought when he hired her that it was part-time. He says when he spoke to her on the phone that day that she said she's not in school. And I was just like, did he say something else after that? Because, like, if she was just like, well, I'm not in school. Like,
and he just assumed that she wanted to work 9 to 6.
Yeah, like, he wasn't like, cool, then you're going to be full-time. I just thought that was weird.
Also, your contract explicitly states how many hours you're expected to work.
Like, you have to tell the employee up front of, like, here's your schedule. Yeah.
You're getting paid this much for this many hours.
Yeah. So Brent says, he says, here's the deal. We have a real job. We're going to count on you, and being here full time is what is best for us because then you're consistently here. We need you and we want you, and we want to make sure that you are 100% committed to wanting to be here. And Heidi says she thought it would be different and that she wants to be involved in the events because it's part of what she wants to do with her life. But she didn't understand that she'd be stuffing envelopes.
ADR, though, that stuffing envelopes part.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't notice. I was probably typing. So Jen says if she wants to be involved in the nightclub aspect, she needs to be committed and says you have to crawl before you walk. And Brent tells her if she's going to come here and work, they need her to work. And Heidi says okay, and she leaves the office to head home. So I think Heidi's wrong, obviously, for thinking she has, like, I'm going to get this higher up position, but also I'm still, like, she wasn't aware that she was going to be working full time. Like, I'm still so, like, confused by this.
I mean, not Heidi thinking that she's going to jump immediately into party planning. I just
position.
I'm like so confused as to why she ever thought that that was a thing or that anybody would hire her for that with no experience.
I know.
Like, it just doesn't make any sense. But Heidi Montag is Heidi Montag.
So next we are at dinner with Brian and Audrina, and they're at a Japanese barbecue restaurant in Hollywood. A waiter comes over to take their drink order, and Brian says that the green apple soshu sounds cool. And the waiter tells him that only women or gay men order that.
He was so aggressive about it, too. I know. Who says that? I'm like, you're not getting a tip.
Seriously.
I'd have been like, well, I am gay, so...
Yeah.
This is my sister across from me. Thank you.
Yeah.
Just to make him uncomfortable.
So Brian asks what the manliest drink on the menu is, and the waiter says a glass of sake, and this really made me mad because I drink sake when we go to get sushi. That's like what I always get. And so I'm like, come on, this waiter is like ridiculous. And good for Brian.
You're gonna hear squeaking. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna try to mute it.
It's okay. So good for Brian. He decides to go with the green apple soshu because he's secure with his manhood.
I love that he like went with
Me
it.
too.
And he's like, I'm secure in my manhood. Sorry, listeners, that is my dog Stella squeaking in the background.
Like, people are gonna think we have like a clown or something.
It happens from time to time.
Stella.
All the dog moms know.
She's like, I want to play right now.
Yeah. So when the food arrives, Brian tells Audrina that she can try anything that he has too, and he says that he really likes her hair. I thought he was being really sweet on this date.
I did too. I thought it was a good date.
I thought it was too.
Know that the nude frosted lip was a thing back then, but I absolutely hated it on Audrina. I thought it looked so bad. Oh my god, I hated it. I hated it.
Too nude?
It was like nude and frosted.
So Brian asks Audrina how long she's been in LA for, and she says 7 or 8 months, and he says he's been there for around 6 months. He asks her how her job is going, and she says that she likes it, but she wants a part-time job. She would like to get a part-time job, get an agent, and go to acting school during the day and be able to go to casting calls. He asks if she has headshots, and she says yes, but in them she has blonde hair.
I can't imagine her as an actress.
No, I can't either.
I mean, she does act after.
Does she?
Okay, one of my favorite movies is Sorority Row.
I've never seen that.
I've never seen it either.
What? And I'm pretty sure she's in it. Wait. Yeah, okay. Not main, but she's definitely in it. And she's not horrible, but she's not great.
I'll have to check it out.
You guys would love it. It's like a slasher with all sorority girls, like hot sorority girls.
Okay.
It's really fun.
So we see Brian walking Audrina to her door back at the Hillside Villas, and he asks if she's going to go to bed. And she says in a little bit, but asks if he wants to come hang out for a little.
So awkward. Why would you ask it like that? Are you going to go to bed
or something?
I know.
You just ask, like, what are you doing? Or like,
I know. Are you tired? Are you going to go to bed? Like,
yeah.
I mean, eventually.
On that Hills podcast, she said that producers made her film this like so many times.
Really?
One of them like saying goodbye outside, one of them like having a kiss, and one of them like inviting him in.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
I don't like that.
We're so duped, you guys.
I know.
We took anything they gave us.
But he got invited in on the first day. I mean, I know, obviously MTV told her to, but I thought that was impressive to get invited in on the first date.
Well, he was kind of imposing.
I know.
He just stood there.
He kind of pushed it. You gonna go to bed or?
Yeah. Let me in.
So it's the next morning, and Heidi's alarm is going off at 6:30 a.m. She yells at Jordan to wake up, and he sarcastically says, "It's so much fun working a 9 to 5 job." And Heidi says, "6. It's 6, babe." As she's eating cereal on the bed. Jordan and Heidi start like wrestling or cuddling or tickling each other. I don't really know what that was. And he tells her not to go to work, to just lay in bed all day. And then he whispers, "Quit." But we still see Heidi driving off to work. It's a bad influence.
This guy, quit.
He's
Just
so,
quit.
I know.
Just quit. Just quit.
Just lay in bed all day. Quit.
Yeah.
I know. That's definitely not the kind of man Heidi needs.
No.
At least like what she doesn't get in Lauren as a best friend, which is just someone like, you know, supporting all her bad decisions. She has a boyfriend.
I guess. Look on the bright side.
So Heidi's back at Bolthouse, and Brent is telling her that she's going to be doing travel work today. After they go over everything, he asks if she'll go get him a sandwich for lunch, and Heidi does not look happy about that.
The look on her face,
I know.
if looks
Oh my
could
God.
kill.
She also, this is a different day, I'm assuming, and she has on like almost the exact same outfit that she had on the first day. So I'm like, girl, you had one work blazer. Like, that is it.
She needs to go shopping. Yeah.
Which I think we could all relate to, though. You have like that one nice outfit and you just keep putting like different variations of the same outfit together.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like a different shirt under it or different pants with it.
Yes. Yeah. And Heidi got to do travel for like these 3 guys that were flying. That's freaking exciting work, you guys.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
booking
that's
travel
cool.
for people. Why is she so sour?
Yeah.
Girl.
She had to
Because
go get him lunch.
it was errand bitch stuff. She wants to be doing PR.
Next, we see Lauren walking back into their apartment with her suitcase, and she presses play to a message on her landline phone's voicemail.
Dun dun dun.
And we hear Jason's voice.
J-Ball.
I know. In the message, he says that he knew she was living in LA now and that he was living there as well. He says if she wants to hang out, it would be good to catch up. And Lauren's face is just like confused, distraught, conflicted, like all the emotions. And I was like, I really felt like this was the last message she was expecting to like hear. Like she was not expecting to hear his voice.
I felt like MTV set this up. They were already hanging out, and they set this up so that it would connect to Laguna Beach.
Oh, I hope not.
Okay, I feel like MTV set this up. I think MTV knew, but I don't think Lauren and Jason were together yet. Because why would Jason leave her a message on their home phone answering machine? Like, he would freaking call her cell phone.
I thought that was weird too.
No, I think MTV set the whole scene up. Jason calling,
Absolutely.
Lauren finding it.
But do you think this is a genuine reaction from Lauren?
No.
I do.
I felt like it was.
Lauren's not that good of an actress, you guys.
All she had to do was stand there and look confused.
But this is like
But she looked really
real, like
confused.
bewildered.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't buy it. Because it's too perfect of a setup from Laguna Beach to now.
But they set it up and they made it perfect. But they had to catch her genuine like reaction.
Maybe.
Like they told Jason, call her on this phone on this day because we know she's not going to be home.
Yes.
Sort of thing.
Maybe.
At the end of the episode, we get like a montage. We see Lauren at FITM and Heidi at her job. Heidi is entering into her work calendar on her computer every weekday at 9 a.m., start work, and at 6 p.m., finish work.
Iconic, Heidi.
Yes, like iconic.
I literally have not the calendar. Start work, finish work.
I love that it's like in the calendar, like it's going to remind her, like, hey, you got to start work at 9 a.m. It was so funny.
Oh
my gosh.
Yeah.
And the episode ends with Lauren in class. Other students are giving presentations, but instead of paying attention, she's staring out the window, obviously thinking about the message from Jason, as we see an image of the phone and the answering machine with the message, and it's like left on. That's the end.
I love how this episode is called An Unexpected Call, and it literally happens in the last 2 minutes of the episode.
I know.
You forget that that's even like the name, you know, or the point.
Yeah. I thought this was a good episode. What did you guys think?
And there's no bad episodes.
I know.
They're all just
It's
good.
so
I mean,
exciting.
It is so exciting.
I love it.
Do you guys have like next on your episodes?
I'm still watching on Paramount Plus until my DVDs get here, so no.
I'm watching it on the DVD, but it doesn't play the next on automatically. It just goes to the next episode. Yeah.
Okay. I have a next on, and it's just funny. You guys will see this, but they're going to, so Brent's like, we're going to the Palms in Vegas. And they're like, but we're not bringing you, Heidi, because you're not 21.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah, it's so good. Oh. I forgot about it.
Did you guys have a favorite outfit?
Mine is so random this episode. Lauren's outfit when she gets home from New York, it's a plain black t-shirt, but her hair is like a curled high pony, and she's wearing this big black, like, shiny snakeskin headband, and I think she looks so put together and cute.
Same, Candace. Oh my god, is this the
how
first
funny.
time?
Oh my gosh.
Especially the curly ponytail.
Yes, the hair was really pulled it
Best
together.
ponytails.
Yeah. So cute. I thought mine was going to be so random. That's so funny.
I looked at that and I'm like, perfect. And like it's a very thick headband actually, but it's just so good.
That's what I thought.
I said that mine was Heidi at the beginning with the pink cami, flowy hair, jeans. I thought she looked super cute.
I knew that was going to be yours.
And I liked Lauren's New York outfit too.
I liked Lauren's New York outfit too, but I wouldn't wear it. It was a little too Lisa Frank. Like, you know what I mean? There was a lot of patterns and a lot of colors.
It was very busy.
It looked good on Lauren. I just personally wouldn't wear it.
Did you guys have favorite moments?
The look on Heidi's face when Brent asks her to get him a sandwich.
Like, how dare you?
Yeah. She literally looks like she's about to set him on fire with her eyes.
And I love just this whole assignment of Lauren being sent to New York to like deliver this dress. It's just like that feeling of excitement and like, I got this like awesome ass job that's going to make me travel for fashion. Like, it's just so cool.
I said mine was the calendar at the end. It's just the most funniest thing. Start work, finish work. So,
I know. Oh my god.
It's
so
like
iconic.
The perfect meme.
Yeah.
Oh, Heidi.
Make sure you guys tune in next week. We are going to have Jill Badlotto back on as a guest with us for our next episode. She was our guest for season 3, episode 1 of Laguna Beach, and she was so much fun, and it's going to be a really good time. So don't miss it. Thank you for tuning in to Millennial TeaV. If you enjoyed this episode, we'd love it if you'd subscribe to the podcast, leave us a review, and share us with a friend. We'd also love it if you'd check out our YouTube channel at Millennial TeaV Podcast and follow us on Instagram at Millennial TeaV. That's Millennial TeaV. If you'd like to send us a message, you can also email us at millennialtv@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.